Happy August. If I look like a hot sweaty mess, that's because I am. It's not even that nice today, it's just really muggy. I'm Kerry, this is Sam, Brennan is somewhere in the background, and this is What This Week. Let's start with what I've been reading. I have started reading None of the Above by Travis Alabanza. I'm doing this as a reading group in work. Last year over the summer, because we're a bit quieter over the summer, we read together Me and White Supremacy and had a kind of like reading and reflection group, and it worked really well. So we wanted to do something similar this year, and we've chosen to read None of the Above by Travis Alabanza, which is about their reflections on life beyond the binary. We've discussed the first chapter so far and had some really interesting conversations, so I've got high hopes for this. We're doing like a chapter. Are you quite comfortable? We're doing a chapter a week. I think there's 7 chapters, so yeah, that's going really well so far. I also read The Blue Book of Nebo. I read this as a sort of cheat for Women in Translation Month. It's written by Manon Steffan Ross. She originally wrote this book in Welsh and then she rewrote it in English, so it's not technically translated, but it was originally written in another language and is now in English. I'm taking it. I have been meaning to read this for a long time. After I first saw Heather at Too Many Heathers talk about it, and then Kayla at Books and Lala read it recently and raved about it. And it's been one of those books that I've been really highly anticipating but also a bit nervous about. But I needn't have been. It was every bit as beautiful as everybody says it is. It's a dystopian fiction about a mother and a son and them surviving together after a sort of world-ending event. It's so understated and so, like, my heart ached the whole way through this, and like there are some sad bits, but it's more than that. It goes deeper than that. Literally my soul and my heart were aching at how beautiful this writing was, and like I say, so understated and quiet and still and yet incredibly powerful. This was a huge success. I absolutely loved it. And the other book that I have read and finished is Queen Bee by Juno Dawson. This is a prequel to the Her Majesty's Royal Coven series about Anne Boleyn and her Coven of Witches. It was brilliant. The other books are quite chunky, whereas this one is a bit more, it's not novella, but a bit shorter, but I flew through it over the weekend. It's really good fun. Love Juno Dawson and I really love this series. And then what else am I reading? I've started a reading vlog, which, no, that's a lie. I haven't started the reading vlog. I haven't filmed the intro yet, but I am going to film an intro to a reading vlog where I'm reading new Welsh fiction, and I've read a chapter of The Crazy Truth by Gemma Howell. So I'm reading 3 or 4 books, I think, that have been fairly newly released by Welsh authors. So that's very exciting. So that's the first one I've picked up. What else have I got in terms of reading to tell you about? Oh, I tell you what, I've been... Battery died, didn't it? What was I saying? Oh, I'm listening to My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. I have this book in my hand, but I'm actually listening to the audio on BorrowBox. I am reading this partly for Women in Translation Month, but also because it was listed as the #1 best book on the New York Times best books of the 21st century list. So I thought it was about time I dove into the Neapolitan Quartet and see what all the fuss is about. I'm having a fine time. I don't think it's rocking my world particularly, but yeah, I'm having a good time. Yeah, so I'm probably about halfway through My Brilliant Friend, and we'll carry on listening to that this week. In terms of what I've been watching this week, I enjoyed watching Sian and Burr and Heather's announcement videos for Shorty September. It's a really good fun readathon to read your short books basically, and they've come up with the most brilliant prompts. I mean, they have the same sort of, excuse me sir, They have a set of prompts that are based around... Sam, really? I'm so sorry. They have some prompts that are inspired by shorts that people wear, and they're really fun. And this year Heather has designed like tarot cards to represent the prompts. I don't know if you can hear that grumble in the background. Anyway, Shorty September, the tarot prompts are banging. The prompts are really good fun, and the artwork that Heather has produced is stunning. Cannot wait for September, for Shorty September. So that's what I've been watching. In terms of TV, we're watching The House of Dragon, which has been great. I didn't really get into the first season of it, but I've really enjoyed the second, and it's the last episode tonight. I'd quite like a dragon. If anyone knows how to hook me up, I think I'd quite like one. Just saying. And in terms of other stuff that's been going on this week, I have started my Christmas shopping. I made quite a big dent into it actually, because Not on the High Street and WH Smith both had really good summer sales, so got cracking with the Christmas shopping, so I'm feeling very smug about that. The other bit of news I suppose I have to tell you is if you watched my BookTube newbie tag, and I think I probably mentioned it in a couple of other videos, my job has been a bit insecure recently, so that was sort of one of the main reasons for me starting the YouTube channel, was to have a bit of a distraction and something that wasn't related to the stress of work. So yeah, we've been going through a restructure, and some people are going to need to lose their jobs. There are more people than jobs left at the end of what they've proposed. So we're going through that at the moment, which is obviously horrid. And part of that process, they have created a couple of new roles, and I applied for one of those and had an interview a couple of weeks ago, and I got the job. So I am beyond relieved. I had no idea. I mean, I knew that it was stressful, but I had no idea quite how much it was impacting until I was offered the job, and literally this weight lifted off my shoulders. So I now have a secure job, and yeah, that's good news, isn't it? That's good news. I just want to say thank you so much to everybody. The couple of times that I have mentioned it, there's been people who've reached out in the comments and said, oh gosh, I've been through that, or I'm going through it now, and it's rough. It really is. So if you've been there, or if you're going through that now, I really appreciate the solidarity, and send you lots of love too. And talking of sending you lots of love, this week has been extremely heavy. For those of us who care about the world and care about other human beings, it's been a really challenging week. What with the so-called controversy over the women's boxing in the Olympics, and the violent terrorism that is going on across the UK at the moment. If you are watching this as a person of colour, please know that you are loved, and I'm so sorry that this is going on. I cannot imagine how unsafe and unsettling it must feel to be living in a country where this behaviour is allowed to exist. I'm absolutely mortified, and it hurts my heart. It really does. If you feel this way too, I'd really encourage you to take care of yourself. It's heavy. I'm finding that I'm needing to limit my exposure to social media, because every time I open up my feed, I'm seeing things that are really distressing on a number of fronts. And yeah, we only, as human beings, we only have so much capacity for that. So take strength where you can, contribute what you can, and take what you need. Look after yourself is what I'm saying. Okay, that's it. That's been my week. Have a bit of a we have quite a busy couple of weeks coming up, so, and I've made a couple of other videos in the background, so I'm not sure whether there'll be a what this week next week. It might be something else, I don't know, we'll see. One thing that I have filmed and I'm in the process of editing is a video where I recommend a book for every genre, which I had a lot of fun coming up with. So keep your eye out for that, and look after yourselves, take good care, thank you for being here, and I will see you again soon.